All right, tell me if you guys remember this one, okay? This is one of my favorite songs. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed, I'm your hell, I'm your dream. I'm nothing in between, you know you wouldn't want it any other way. Okay, that song, those lyrics, at 33 years old, I don't know if I went through like a midlife crisis or what, but I processed everything, okay? I had to go through and get rid of a lot of stuff because I had a lot of junk. I was a hoarder. And I found journals, I found notebooks, and I'm like, oh my God, the shit I have been through, the things that I've experienced, the abuse I've been through by people who were supposed to love me. And I know they still love me to this day, and they made mistakes just like I have made mistakes as a mom, so I forgive every person. I forgive every person. There are things I have not talked about on the internet with certain people because I respect them and I don't want to make them look bad. But the things that happened, I should be entitled to talk about because it might help somebody else. And it is scary because you are talking about the people who love you most, your family. You're outing them. And you're not outing them to be a bitch. You're outing them because what the fuck? And here's the deal. I am honest about the things that I did. For example, okay, me and my friend yesterday went for a walk. And like we were talking about the things that we have done to other people that have been so mean. And this is something that still haunts me to this day. This is who I was at one point. And I'm not going to say her name on the internet because I don't want people to make fun of her. But they know, some people are here know who I'm talking about. There's a girl when I was younger who would pee on people's couches. She would pee the bed. She'd destroy people's furnitures and stuff. And I told her boyfriend that night, I did not want to give her a ride. I just gotten my brand new Ford Escape. It was blue, my favorite color, like the first car I ever bought myself. Got this car. And I kept saying, no, I don't want to drive her home. Please, Steph, please. I'm like, no, I don't want to drive her home. She's going to pee my car, dude. I do not want to fucking drive her home. No, no. Somehow I was convinced into driving her home. So the whole way I'm driving home, I'm checking her pants, making sure, like, you have to pee, do you? Like, you don't fucking pee in my car. Like, freaking out. We pull in her driveway. I go in her car to get out, and she peed in my car, dude. And I was livid. This demon, like literally the devil came out of me, and I was like, you fucking animal, get the fuck out of my car. And I like basically threw her in her front yard. Okay. And I am not proud of this. This is something that I have done, that I have had to process and deal with, and I actually apologized to her later, and I might send another apology, because I still think about it. And then I text her the meanest message, like, you're a fucking animal, you pissed in my car, like, you're gonna pay for this, like, really mean. I was really mean. I was the devil. That is the devil. To treat someone so horribly like that is the devil. But I also was talked to by adults that way, because adults talk to kids like they are a piece of shit because they think that they are the adults and the elders and you need to respect your elders, but they don't give kids respect. That's the society I grew up in with the people, the military parents, but military parents is high Hitler behavior. It's damaging to the family. The military, what they've done to families is fucking damaging, you guys. I went to a camp where I saw certain parents treat their kids like shit, and my sister was upset with me because I wanted to give this kid Derek, who, like, yeah, he was a menace sometimes, but he was a menace because of I saw the way his dad treated him I paid attention. I paid attention to this kid's home life and how his dad treated him and what kind of life he must be living. And I saw that. And that's why I was like, let's give him the award for the most growth, because I did see him grow throughout the week. And yeah, the louder kids, right? The kids who are the most traumatized, they are the loudest, which is why they usually get more recognized and get more awards, because they're putting themselves out there. And even though they're bad in the beginning, like even for example at camp, all of my campers I was the one who was the scariest in the beginning, but by the end of the week, they told me that they did not like me in the beginning, but by the end of the week, I was their favorite counselor. They wrote that in my books. I have my books still because it made me feel good reading that. Because I can be like a very like strict, I can come across as a bitch. It's the eyebrows, these eyebrows. I swear, like, people think I'm just angry all the time. I know Andrew was like accused me of being angry. I'm like, I'm not angry. Like, it's the eyebrows. Okay. Even Avalani, when she was little, Mom, why are you mad? I'm like, I'm not mad. And she goes, your eyebrows look mad. I'm like, I'm just in deep thought. I'm just in deep thought. And these eyebrows somehow make me look like a bitch all the time. And sometimes I can be a bitch. Like sometimes like I do get anxious where like, I'm like, I gotta freak out a little bit, but I'm not trying to like be a bitch. I'm not trying to be a bitch. But those songs, those lyrics, I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm all these things, you guys. We are all these things. We're all sinners, we're all saints. Sinner is not someone who's having sex outside of marriage or is gay. That's not a sin. And that's what religious people believe is a sin. Oh, if I don't worship Jesus, I'm a sinner. No, sin is a lower frequency. It is jealousy, it's greed, it's lust, it's wrath, sloth. The biggest one is sloth, like laziness. There's so many lazy people out there, and a lot of them are Christians. They're lazy. They're intellectually lazy, and they only want to trust their church says that if they go outside of the box, outside of the coffin. You're literally like coffins, right? It's religious people who put bodies into coffins. Our bodies are supposed to be buried in the soil. Our bodies are a seed for the soil, and we have all these religious people who have literally put dead bodies in a box, and I feel like that's a ticking time bomb, because I looked it up, and the gases from those caskets can actually fucking blow up. So if you live near a cemetery, you're by a ticking time bomb. I don't know. You know what I mean? You just don't know. You know what kind of pressure can build up. You know what kind of heat could heat up in there. Like, this is scientific, you guys. So it's not natural. Everything we've done in society is unnatural, and that's what we're seeing right now. Like, that's why you're seeing so much chaos and so much like unlove and unjust and wars, is because we've literally lost our humanity because of the draft. The draft that happened, and probably earlier before that, these religious people, kings, right, who say is prosecuted and killed off and whatever. Like, there have been some evil kings out there, and we are experiencing the trauma from those evil kings, right? The Vatican, like that whole thing. If you look into the Vatican, dude, like they have like hidden books and stuff, and like what they created for the world to worship and follow is evil. Like, you are idolizing another being, and you're not supposed to do that. It's idolatry. You are the Most High. You are the King and Queen. You come here to live abundantly. We're all supposed to be living abundantly. We're not supposed to be living off somebody else. And the people who I call them, this might sound mean, but I call them non-player characters, okay? There's non-player characters. And maybe they're part of the AI, they're the zombies, whatever. They just do exactly what they're told. They have no free thought at all. And I know people like this, and it's sad to say that, but like, it's hard to connect with these people, because it's like they're they literally. And it's the people who follow the medical institutions, who got their vaccines. Like, I feel like people are just like fucking dead. And maybe there's something in there where I actually watched this movie. I used to get pre-screenings to movies, and it was like this vampire one where like she falls in love with a zombie, or not vampires, a zombie, where she falls in love with a zombie, and his like heart starts to grow because of her love, and like all these people start like becoming back to life. Like, I hope that's like what's gonna happen in our like society and country, because I'm seeing a lot of ishy behavior, and I was guilty of it. I've seen family members post like mean things about other family members because of who they voted for, and I've done this. I've been guilty of this. I've seen family members say things about other people for their lifestyles. Like, I have seen the meanest comments from family members about family members, and it's like, these are your family, and this is how you are talking about them because of who they voted for, because of a worldly thing. That's what we've gotten to. And again, I was guilty. In these last few years, I've had this like major awakening where I am processing all the things that were done to me and all the things I did to everybody else. So it's both. It's like both. Like, things have been done to me, but I've also done things to other people. And like, even with Andrew, there's things that he's told me about his past, and I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. But then literally like my mind, like my God will be like, hey, Stephanie, but here's what you did. And they'll dingle it in my face. And I'm like, oh, okay. Can't be mad at him. Fuck Stephanie. You know what I mean? Like, I get corrected by my God. Not by a pastor, not by a priest, not by a teacher, not by my mom, not by my dad. I have my very own God that like speaks to me and like tells me when I do right and I do wrong. And I listen to that since I was a child, right? When I've made a mistake and I've gotten shamed and yelled at and spanked for it, I already knew after it happened that I fucked up. Like, one time I broke a window, and we had my mom I can't, like, now being an adult and like understanding like just situations, I know my mom was probably like, oh, fuck Stephanie, you know, she was probably just like, what the fuck did you do? And so I forgive her for this. But me and my sisters were snapping each other's bra straps. I just got out of third grade. We were moving from FLI, California to FLI, Minnesota. And we were running and chasing each other and snapping each other's bra straps. And my sister pissed me off so bad that she locked me with these like downstairs area where I got to play in these French doors that had glass panels on them. And I threw this hose thingy at one of the doors and it didn't break. So I didn't even, like, I was just so mad that she locked me out. And after I threw that metal thing, I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. So I picked up this tiny little rock and then I just chucked it at the window. That tiny little rock, you guys, shattered the entire thing. And we were like, and I'm like, oh, fuck, we were in trouble. And so we saw our moms, they had broken up, okay? She was breaking up with him. We were moving, okay? And so he comes walking, and he's paying for this house, I'm sure. So he comes walking around, and we hid behind this mattress. We were scared, and he just, all he says is, You're paying for that. And we just stayed quiet. My mom got home and I was like, Mom, I'm trying to explain to her what happened. And she grabbed my arm and her fingernails went right into my butt cheeks. And I'm like, crying. And I'm like, scared. I was already scared. Like, I was already scared of what was going to happen. And then that happened. And I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if she feels bad she did that. But like things like that happen. Like as a mom, like you get overstimulated and you do things without even realizing it. And maybe I don't think I ever got spanked again after that. I think that was the last spanking I ever received. But I didn't know, like, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm like a kid, and my kid mind, like, wasn't thinking all the way because kids, like, we don't know. Like, we don't have as many life experiences as adults. So what's common sense to adults is not common sense to children. And like I've literally been told by all my Christian family members, you're not your daughter's friend. You're not your daughter's friend. I don't know what you're doing over there, because they see my Facebook and they make their own assumptions, but they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Like I have made mistakes. I have smacked my child's butt with my fingertips and she wasn't listening because she was 2 and she wasn't listening. And I'm like, now I'm looking at myself, Stephanie, why did you do that? That's not okay. That's abusive behavior because she's not listening to me. And, like, I don't agree with people calling, like, I have my neighbor kids, they told me that their Nana beats them with a spoon. And I don't say beat, but, like, she smacks them with a spoon in their butt, like, that's their spanking. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, that is abusive behavior, but it's not my job to call. There's no marks, you can't get in trouble anyways. But, like, I'm thinking about for those kids in that moment, like, what is so wrong that you are going to physical abuse? And it's that military mindset, that corporal punishment. Even the nuns, they used to smack kids on the wrists with rulers, right? They don't do that anymore, but that's what the nuns were doing in these Catholic like schools. You stole children out of nature from their families and you put them in your boarding schools and you forced them to learn your religion. Okay, these are the colonizers. This is what the colonizers did. I don't care who you are, what political side you're on, this land was stolen by nature, by God's people, by religion. It's the religious kings and queens that have stolen America. And that's what we're under right now. It's this high Hitler, Nazi, militarial, like, it's not, just because they're not wearing royal princess dresses, it looks different. Now they're wearing suits and they're wearing, you know, these skinny little dresses and stuff. Like, times have changed, style has changed, but it's still the same thing. And that's what people need to be aware of. Is like, look at your actions, look how you're treating others. You're hating people based off worldly things. I mean, my family had shamed me because I wasn't vaccinating Ivalani. I wanted to homeschool. Oh, that's a big fucking deal. And they've threatened to call, like, they tell people I'm doing drugs because I use cannabis to heal, because I use cannabis to, it's good. It's literally medicine. I've been studying cannabis for a long time. I grew up in a family that said cannabis, weed is, only losers smoke weed. Like literally would talk shit about people who smoke weed. And so I would sneak it, but I was like, I'm not gonna listen to my family. I'm gonna do what I feel is right. And like, I had friends, I never paid for it until I was like past my 30s, until it was like legal in Minnesota. But like, I'm like, this is a medicine. Like, this has helped my anxiety, my depression, my everything so much. And it's been shamed by society. Even Anderson Times like gets on me about it. It's like, dude, you were doing the same thing when we met. How are you gonna come here and judge me? Like, I'm sorry that you abused it your whole life and now you're trying to question your own shit. But like, for me, this is very helpful. And I'm sick of being shamed by people in my life for like using this. Because again, I have been studying this medicine for years. I went to the library and read books on it. I'm understanding how it's helping like your nervous system. It helps connect neural pathways in your mind. Like, there is something about cannabis, and the fact that they made it illegal is concerning. The fact that the churches have you sitting inside without the sunlight, without nature. They have you in a box, going back to the box that religion puts people in. It's unnatural. It's unhealthy. It's destroying humanity. I am the witness. I am the witness. I am seeing things that I don't agree with. And I have a right to speak on these things. And I have a right to speak about the things that happen to me. And people can be honest about me too. Like, I will be honest about who I am. Because, listen, I have been the devil too. Right? I'm always so busy looking for the Antichrist. And I realize, oh my God, it's me. I'm accusing people I've never met of, like, eating babies and being demonic and trafficking children. Like, celebrities. And I'm like, I don't know these people, but I'm being told by these Christians that's who these people are. They're evil. Like, it's idolatry if you even like worship them, but they're worshiping Jesus and they're doing like a blood sacrifice, like on their communions, you know. It's blood magic. It gets people in a blood bind. And even though you're not actually drinking blood, you're drinking wine or juice, it's a representation of blood. Energy matters. Your thought matters. When you put a thought into something, right, when you're supposed to pray for your food, you don't thank Jesus. You thank the person who made it. You thank the cow. If you're having a steak, you say, thank you, cow, for giving your life so I can enjoy this meal. Thank you, nature. Thank you, soil. Thank you. Thank you. You thank the things around you, and you bless your food. This food is bringing me joy, abundance, peace, happiness, bliss. Like, that's what you're supposed to speak over your food. But when you're in church, I'm drinking the blood of a baby, and I'm eating the body of something that represents a baby. Like, that is demonic, you guys. Demonic. Okay? Ick. I was a single mom, and I gave $1,200 to Valley Church, you guys. They're encouraging single moms and people who are on government assistance to tithe their money to the church. But they don't help single moms. Because I had a single mom who needed help, and you know what they did? They set her up with a family who controlled her and her daughter's life. And then they accused her daughter of stealing $5 from their daughter, which didn't actually happen. And after that, my friend had moved out because she's like, this is ridiculous. So that's what the church is doing. The church is like trafficking human and kids, and like, they're fucking awful. They discriminate against single moms. Christians discriminate against single moms unless they're single themselves. Then it's okay, you know, right? I've personally been a witness to just too much in my life from these religious people. I did my own personal history research rather than the one that was given to me in school. This whole Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, that is Nazi behavior. We did not win the war. Okay, we are the war. We are in the midst of the war right now. And like, what we're doing is wrong. How you people are treating people because they didn't vote the same way as you. I watched the other day, and I would have before like laughed at this shit because it would have been funny to me. A truck going by a bunch of protesters, blowing his black smoke out of his truck, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I would do it again. I keep going in circles. Like, that's how you want to treat other humans because you don't agree with their political views or their social views or whatever else. That's how you want to treat people that you don't agree with? You're the problem. We're all the problem. We are why this looks like this. We are the problem. We are the cancer. And we need to fix it. And get back to nature, get back to God. Get out the fucking pharmaceutical white coat Nazi shit that's literally killing people. You guys, the fluoxetine, the antidepressants, if you look at the side effects of these antidepressants, it literally says on there, those who are on antidepressants are more likely to commit suicide than those not on antidepressants. What does that tell you? Before you go sit with a plant medicine, besides psilocybin, if you want to go sit with like ayahuasca or anything else like that, you have to get off your antidepressants. Those SSRIs, that's us. It's Nazi fucking medicine. And I have a military family member who was a doctor who put his son on all these medications, and guess what? He committed suicide when I was in high school. That was the first death, like, that's when my age I experienced, was my cousin who committed suicide. And so when I got prescribed, when I got diagnosed with ADHD in my early 20s, and I did that on purpose because I was like, oh, that Adderall's nice. I tried my friends, and I was like, oh my God, I get shit done on that. So like, I went and fucking played the system like a lot of people do to get drugs. It's the drug dealers. The real cartels, the pharmaceuticals. That Adderall was legal meth. It made me irritable, it made me angry. I was like not aware of what I was doing. Once I got off it, I saw a whole new world. Okay? It's not good. But anyways, when I got diagnosed with ADHD combined, they called it, my dad told me, just don't go on Ritalin because that's what Andrew was on when he committed suicide. And I was like, okay. So I made sure not to do the Ritalin. But I did the Adderall, and it was the instance, and I literally like eat it like it was candy, you guys. Like, it was like not good. Like, I had an addiction problem to my Adderall. And I'm over here bashing the pharmaceuticals, like not vaccinating my daughter because it's so dangerous and unhealthy, but I'm still on this pharmaceutical. Like, how do I get off? So I did my research. I was like, how do I, and then this is how I know that we are divinely guided and protected and how God works. It's through synchronicities. I was listening to the radio, and the frequency in my car came on, and this podcast commercial came on. It was called Awakened Underground. And it was talking about plant medicine and healing. And it talked about ayahuasca. It talked about his Adderall, him being on Adderall, and like the ADHD thing, the same thing I was going through, like literally the same. His name's Cody Blue. You can look him up. I listened to his podcast, and he was talking about ayahuasca, and I knew someone personally in another state who was facilitating ayahuasca ceremonies. So I was like, I literally, you guys, I messaged this person and I was on a plane. The very next is like literally like a week away, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. I think it's a week away. I was on a plane to freaking the state to go sit with this plant medicine. And I was like excited because I'd never really tried psychedelics and I knew this was like a psychedelic experience. And I was excited. I was ready to go, right? And the first night, you guys, I was fucking traumatized, okay? I did not want to sit the next night. But I was like, Stephanie, you have to, like, what you saw, like, what happened last night, maybe it'll be different tonight. And, like, I journaled every time I went to go sat, because I went and sat other times. Like, it's a 3-day weekend where you go and sit, and, I mean, this healed me, you guys. Like, it made memories come back. It connected back neural pathways, like, for me to heal things. Like, I know that people don't believe in this, but because of religion, they don't believe in this. Hi, Boyan. I saw my past lives, which, again, I know that shit sounds bonkers to people, but, like, I saw things that I was like, oh my God, what did we do? What did we do as a fucking country, as a nation? Now I understand the hippies more. Like, I just have a whole new perspective, and I judge less, and I just see things differently, and I'm like, I see things for what they are. Like, I see the energy in people's voice. I hear energies. Like, it's always been that way. I've always been very sensitive to people's energies and, like, their actions and stuff. But this, like, this got me healed from, like, any addiction issues I had. Food, alcohol. Like, I didn't even know I had, like, addiction issues to my phone. Like, a lot. Like, I healed a lot after sitting with this. And it made me view the world much differently. And it helped my anxiety and it helped my depression. And so when you have a society who shames or judges or says that, like, I had a Mormon friend who told me that me going to sit with ayahuasca was demonic and evil. And I'm like, but then all of a sudden I was on this podcast recently where I had a Mormon girl. They showed a video of one girl and this other girl had it happen to her too. But these bishops are having these little teenage girls confess their sins to them as they're masturbating on the other side of their desks. I'm like, what? Is that what these fucking priests are doing in confessionals when these women come in and they talk about, oh, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, and you're talking about, like, your sexual experiences and what you think is a sin because the church told you it was a sin, but you're, like, sharing the most intimate parts of your life with another man, and they're getting off to it behind a wall or a table? Like, what the, like, that is fucking demonic evil shit. Like, don't come at me about my stuff when your religion needs to check itself, okay? So we are all actually indigenous to this land. We all should be consuming plant medicine because that's how you connect back to your, like, neural pathways and connect back to true God, which is yourself. It's within you. It's not out in the sky. There's not a man with a beard. There's no Jesus coming to save you. You save yourself, okay, guys? It's you who saved yourself. You are the kings and queens, my brothers and sisters. We are all equal. Nobody is better than anybody. We are literally all equals. Equal to your children, equal to your cousin, equal to your mom, equal to your dad, equal to your grandparents, equal to your siblings. We are all equal. We are all brothers and sisters, and we all play different roles, right? Like, sometimes I'm a bitch. Sometimes I'm a lover. So I am also a child, right? My parents still have to deal with my childlike self. I'm also a mother, right? Like, I am all these things. I'm a sinner. Sometimes I fucking fall short. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a saint. I do things. I bless people. I give. I have a lot of compassion, right? We are all these things. That's who we are. Nobody is better than any other person. We've all made mistakes. We've all been the devil, and we've all been God. It's not external. It's internal. And we need to know that and realize that and come back together as humans. Like, could you imagine if we just all started growing gardens in our front yard full of fruits and vegetables? You wouldn't need to worry about a grocery store. But corporations, the USA is a corporation. It's a business, you guys. We're not supposed to be doing that. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We wouldn't need all these, oh, you have to pay your taxes for the roads, Stephanie. We wouldn't need these roads if we were living the way we're supposed to be living. We wouldn't need these roads to drive on. We would rarely even leave our, like, house unless we were going out on some kind of adventure to cross the river or to go across the ocean on a boat. Or we're travelers. We're travelers. We can still travel. But you would never even need to leave your home because you'd be raising your own children. You'd be growing your own food. You'd be, like, making your own clothes. Or you'd have neighbors who do it like you and your neighbors. Like, you guys can trade services, goods and services. That's the way we're supposed to be living, is by trading goods and services. Not what we've been doing. And that's what people need to learn and get to and understand, because that's the only way we are going to fix this country. Because right now it ain't working. Look what's happening, dude. Like, this is, like, bad. It's bad. I'm living in hell. I'm looking around. Like, I honestly have struggled with suicide in the last few years because I'm looking around like I don't want to be here. But you know what? I got this man, this little cutie, Bayan, 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 oh, like Bayan, 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 oh. And I have my daughter upstairs, who I cannot leave to this world because they would damage her like they damaged me. And they're still damaging me. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm living my own life over here. Go away. Slamming my door. Okay? And I only want people who vibe on my level to be in my life. Because if you're low vibrational, and a lot of Christians are, sorry, but I grew up with them. A lot of Christians are low vibrations. Like, no thank you. I was one of them. I've seen some shit. I've been screamed at in my face by these people. So they have like literally called the Nazis on me. Like, I'm like, fucking Nazi behavior. I don't like it. Anyways, happy healing. We're in our karmic seasons right now. A lot of your lives are fucking gonna go through some shit because like God can't be stopped. There is a conscious awakening happening right now. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people my age, especially like me and Andrew, talk about religion, how it destroys families. And we like watch these TikTok videos of people like just fucking making fun of the shit that we like fell for. It's like, oh yeah, that's silly. And it's fun. It's been a fun journey. It's fun making content. You are the creators. Create your own content. Share your own story. Share the things that you're learning about your life because it could help one person. It could help the whole world, right? That's what it is. It's a chain reaction. So let's get to it. Okay? Love ya!